This is Nikki's son back at Sydney Central, and just as promised, I have a very special guest next to me, Vanessa, who is the Global Managing Director of Kodak. We are celebrating a very iconic year as well. Beyond being NAB Show Centennial, it is also the centennial of
16mm film.
That's incredible. Can you tell us what's been happening these past couple of days and what might even be happening tomorrow or just personally for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've done some film programming here at NAB this year. We started with a workshop that we did in conjunction with Photochem, which is one of the largest labs in the world today. And we went over the analog workflow for film and had a great attendance and a lot of engagement from participants. And then what we're doing here today is the wrap-up of our second camera workshop, where people had opportunity to get hands-on engagement with 16mm film products. So they're learning how to load a camera, how to write a lab report, how to engage with film so that they can get out there shooting.
That sounds incredible. And for those of us who are just finding out like me and those who are watching on nabshow.com live, how can I get involved with film loading or learning how to do all that stuff?
Well, it's been really exciting because over the last 7-8 years, kind of after Kodak emerged out of bankruptcy, and there was a fear that film was going away, and the corporation remained committed to the medium, and with that we've had an incredible resurgence for film capture and film, the belief in the film medium as being integral to this industry. And so we're starting to engage a lot more in this kind of camera workshop and film engagement, but the smaller smaller formats, Super 8 and 16mm, have been kind of the darlings of our portfolio because they're user-friendly, they're an easy way to kind of first get yourself engaged with the film medium, and it's the same product that, Christopher Nolan and Steven Spielberg and Quentin Tarantino are shooting on. We're seeing the base of the pyramid grow incredibly, a lot more use in commercials and music films, so that's what we're doing here, is just trying to educate people and make them realize it's not, it's an easy enough thing to engage with. You just get a little bit of a skill set behind you.
Yeah, and it's here to stay.
Absolutely.
Is it what it is? We are 100 years in,
still relevant.
And still very strong.
Yeah.
I guess for those of people who might not even know the difference between film and digital, has there been a specific film that you utilize within 16mm that has really been that film that has made that resurgence to go back into what? When I'm thinking about a film, let's do film, not digital.
Yeah, I mean, what I hear from people is that it's about the image, and everybody is still trying to emulate that cinematic feel that is film. But it's also about the process, and the discipline and preparedness that film capture drives is a big part of why people are still married to working with it, I think. There's all sorts of projects being captured on film. I wouldn't want to credit any one of them as being responsible for the resurgence, but I will say shows like Euphoria that are shooting on film, it's, exposing a new generation to what that looks and feels like, and it's very different. It differentiates it from other content, and so people want to know, how do you do that and how can I get involved? And so I would say shows like that are responsible, kind of the new demographic that are engaging the format. But we still have a lot of movies at the Cannes Film Festival this year, a lot of emerging filmmakers, all the way to the Christopher Nolans.
Gotcha. And I don't need to put you on the spot, but is there any insight or any insight you can give us as to what the next 100 years might look like for Kodak?
We are beginning to try to engage and potentially, looking at new film stocks. I mean, we've been very busy just managing the current portfolio and making sure that with this resurgence that we meet demand. But it's really exciting. We're starting to see a lot of investment in the film ecosystem from third-party partners. Airy Rental's working with us today. They, support the film rental cameras in New York, specifically this group. But, new scanning technology people are investing in, labs are popping up around the world. So I really believe that we're going to continue to see the support for the medium grow, and with that comes opportunity, hopefully, to do more things at Kodak.
Well, I love that, Vanessa, and at the same time, it is the centennial, and I just have to ask if you have any personal story you can share with us of a memory at NAB Show that really impacted you to make you feel like, I'm here to stay in this industry, I belong in this industry, and I just want to do everything to make sure that, to show that film is here to stay, or that Kodak, or even you, in having this longevity within this industry?
Well, I think what's exciting is that, we can all coexist here. And I think people, it's exciting to see people as engaged as they are with all of the equipment options, and understanding that film and digital are two different choices, but they can coexist, and they can even coexist in the same production. We have a lot of hybrids going on, and so just walking around, it's fun to see all the brands that you know and love that make us feel kind of, it's a wonderful testimony to our industry and the enthusiasm here. It's fun.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that story. What a way to end today's live. I mean, we have the 100-year centennial broadcasting excellence. We have 100 years since the Kodak 16mm film. It's been such a pleasure and honor to be one of your many hosts for NAB Show Live this year. And I'm so excited to come back next year and just finally take my tour around. But I think it's time that we all wrap it up and go to happy hours. So here is Ryan Salazar with the last message.